Hello and welcome to the course on C programming language. This is the third lecture of Unit 1, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about operating system. So before we discuss what is an operating system let us understand what is the difference between hardware and software. If you recall, in the last lecture we have discussed about what are the different components are needed to build a computer system, right? So here you can see in this particular slide, this is a computer system and it is made up of different components like speaker, monitor, cabinet, keyboard and mouse. Inside that cabinet there are several other components are also available, and those are these like your CPU, SMPS, your motherboard, then your hard disk, primary memory or RAM. So these are the components which are actually present inside the cabinet of this computer system. So what all these are called the hardwares of the computer system. Now as a computer engineer, you may brought all these devices from the market. Okay, after bringing these devices, then you assemble it and you create a system. Let us say you brought speaker from some company, you brought a monitor from some company, keyboard mouse from other company. So you have built your system by bringing different components that is needed to make a system. Now after building this computer, when you connect this computer to the power supply unit, do you think the computer will run? No. Why? Because hardware on its own cannot do anything. Actually we need somebody who will instruct this hardware to do something. Okay, so who that may be? You might be thinking that user will instruct the hardware to do something, but actually not. The user cannot directly give instruction to the hardware. So this is your user, he cannot give instruction directly. So what exactly the user will do? The user will instruct the hardware through a different layer, and that layer is actually called the software. Okay, so this whatever you see in your computer system, those are actually hardwares that you have brought from the market and build a system. A system cannot run by itself. Something need to be installed on that. So to understand this properly, let us take an example. Suppose uh, the God makes a human being. Okay, so if the human being does not know anything, then how could he will communicate with other human being? So this human being, the body part of this human being is made up of some hardwares. Okay, so to communicate with other human being, they that particular human being must know one language maybe. Okay, so there are other softwares may have to be needed, but to communicate with other human being, this human being need to understand a language, then only he can communicate. So now this language is actually nothing but that act as a software for the newly created human being, right? So this is similar to this analogy only. So when you brought a computer or you buy a computer and you have not installed any any software, then that particular computer is unusable. So that means to operate with the hardwares or the computer, we have three layers. So the first layer will be the hardware layer. Upon the hardware layer, a software will be installed. Okay, software is nothing but it is a set of instruction. And how to write the set of instruction? We will use a language to write the set of instruction. Okay, so after you create a software, then this software need to be installed over or upon the hardware, and the user is actually communicate with the hardware of the system through the help of this software. And generally softwares are of two type. One is called application software and second one is called your system software. Okay, hope you have a good idea about this particular concept. Now let us go into slightly deeper. So this software layer, sometimes there are different type of software. To make you understand this, I will go to the next slide. You can see here also I'm drawing the same figure with specifically drawing application software and system software in a two layer mode. Now the why it is system software, why the application software. So it can be easily understood by the help of a simple example. Suppose you brought a mobile phone from the market, okay, and you know that your mobile phone will be installed with Android operating system. This thing you all knows, okay. So when you brought this computer with Android operating system, there are some applications were already present in your mobile. So those applications like your browser application or your keyboard application or your lock button application or some application were already pre-built into your mobile system, okay. And those pre-built, so what I'm exactly explaining, the Android operating system as well as inside the Android operating system the browser, keyboard, these kind of applications are already pre-built in your mobile system, right? So generally those are called the system software. Means without the Android operating system your mobile is of no use, right? And this Android operating system is actually called the system software for your mobile system, okay. So after you brought the mobile, you want some specific application to be run. Like if you want to run your banking application, like you are using, let's say you are using Axis Bank and you want to form or you want to do some transactions. So you have to install the Axis Bank application. Similarly, if you want to transfer the money from you to any other friend, then you may use Paytm or Phone Pay or Google Pay. So those are the specific applications to perform specific tasks. So those are actually called the application software, okay. And in case of mobile systems, those application softwares are actually called apps, right? And when you think about an computer system, the computer is also have two type of softwares. One is called your system software, second one is called application software. System softwares are nothing but your Windows operating system, right, and your Unix operating systems, or you can say iOS operating system. So when you buy a computer from the market, generally the window is pre-built on that system. You bring the computer, switch on the switch means give the power supply and your computer started running, okay. So whatever you see while you switch on the computer, a newly brought computer, that is called the system software which is installed onto that, and that system software is nothing but it is called the operating system. Now you understand what do you mean by operating system. After that suppose you want to listen the song through your VLC media player. So this VLC media player when you install onto your computer, that is actually referred to a application software. Suppose you want to make your biodata, then you are installing your Microsoft Word, okay. Microsoft Word you are using to type your biodata. You might using your notepad, okay. Notepad, I will explain what is we are going to discuss about Notepad plus plus in our subsequent lecture. So Notepad plus plus is an application software, so you install it to perform your tasks, okay. and those are called the application softwares, and you are installing those software for doing a specific task, right? So that means when the user communicate with the hardware, how they are communicating? They are communicating through the software layer. So the software layer is of two types: system software and application software. A user can instruct the hardware to do something through those software layers. Either he can instruct the application software will send the instruction to the system software will make the hardware to do like that. Similarly, the user can directly instruct the system software to do something, and the system software will instruct the hardware to perform that task. Now in a big picture, if you see here, the big picture is like this. Let me make it one side. Now you can see. So the big picture is like this. This is your computer hardware layer, which is the internal layer. Upon the internal layer, you installed an operating system. So there are several operating system you came across. I have mentioned two. One is called Microsoft Windows and another is called iOS. Okay. Upon this operating system, you install application softwares, like I have mentioned some application software over here, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, your Outlook, and so on. So there are several application software you installed, and upon above it the user stands here. So user will interact with the computer hardware through these layers. So these layers are called the software layers. And how the softwares are written? The softwares are written by using some programming language, or softwares are called the instructions, and these instructions are written using some particular programming languages. Okay, so generally what is the function of an operating system? There are mainly four functions. Resource management. Resource means memory, your means any hardware devices, those are called the resources. Okay. Memory system, how much memory has already been used, how much memory left, how to manage that memory properly. So those things will be managed by your operating system through resource management concept. Memory management, to manage the memory. Process management, how many processes are running in the system, so which process has to be executed at what time. So those are called the process management. File management, what are the different files are present, where the files are stored, how to search the particular file. So those things will be managed by your operating system. So that's all for the today's class. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.